The different types of failure. There are different types of failures, and each type requires a different response. 1. Situational failure. This is when something doesn't go as planned, but it's not a big deal. For example, you might spill your coffee or forget your keys. These types of failures are minor and easily forgotten. 2. Temporary failure. This is when you face a setback but you know you can overcome it. For example, you might fail a test or lose a game. These types of failures are disappointing, but they don't define you. 3. Permanent failure. This is when you make a mistake that cannot be undone. For example, you might say something hurtful to someone or damage a relationship beyond repair. These types of failures can be difficult to recover from, but it's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes. The different types of disappointment. There are different types of disappointment, and each one can require a different response. The first type is general disappointment. This is when something doesn't go the way you wanted it to, but it's not a big deal. Maybe you didn't get the grade you wanted on a test, or your favorite team lost. These disappointments are normal, and everyone experiences them. The best way to deal with general disappointment is to accept that it happened and move on. Don't dwell on it or let it get you down. Remember that everyone has setbacks sometimes, and they don't define you as a person. The second type of disappointment is more significant. This is when something really matters to you doesn't go the way you wanted, and it feels like a blow. Maybe you didn't get the job you interviewed for, or your relationship ended unexpectedly. These disappointments can be tough to deal with, but it's important to remember that they're not permanent. It might take some time to recover from them, but eventually, you will move on. In the meantime, lean on your friends and family for support and give yourself time to grieve. The third type of disappointment is life-changing. This is when something happens that completely alters your life in a negative way. Maybe you lose your job, or someone close to you dies unexpectedly. These events can be devastating, and it's natural to feel like everything is hopeless after them. How to deal with failure and disappointment. No one likes to fail or be disappointed, but it's an inevitable part of life. How you deal with failure and disappointment can make all the difference in how you feel and how you recover from setbacks. Here are some tips for dealing with failures and disappointment. 1. Accept that it happened. 2. Don't beat yourself up about it. 3. Learn from your mistakes. 4. Pick yourself up and try again. Also subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive more such useful and interesting videos.